Hello and welcome, my name is Ajax Post and this is Train Fever. And you might be asking yourself, what is that? It is, you're right, it's a steam train. And we didn't have any the last time we were here in the previous episode, and I have a suspicion, I think I said I wanted to do this. I think I said it out loud, not just to my head, but I had wanted to bring in, for as long as I could, the rather fabulous A4 Mallard. It's a beast of a train, a land speed record holder, I think. I'm delving into railway history and I'm no expert at all, but it's a fine beast and it can travel up to speeds of 90 miles an hour. Look, there's two of them. Oh, gorgeous. It can travel up to speeds of 90 miles an hour, I believe, but unfortunately the rolling stock, these passenger wagons here, have a maximum speed of 75, which means it's limited, just like all the other trains, the electrics and the diesels, to the same speed, so it makes no odds. But I thought I wanted this in while I can, before the steam era ends, really, in the game. So I think this one runs out in 57, so once that year is passed, we won't be able to use it. Well, it'll carry on working, but when it comes up for replacement, I won't be able to replace it. Not with another Mallard anyway, they're out of production. Anyway, what I've done for this is not, although it looks as if it's on the same track as the Southern Loop, the anti-clockwise and clockwise, it's not. It's a brand new route, the Fakenham to Banbury Express, which, as you can see, does share much the same route all the way to Fakenham from here, but then it curves off, avoiding this kink into Teignmouth, and it rolls up here. And I've actually given it an extra lane, an extra track, so when it goes up the map, up north, it actually has its own separate bit of track until it gets into Guisborough. It works its way across here. Oh, as you can see this one doing. Should we follow that one instead? There it goes. It works its way across to the outer platforms here in Guisborough, but it doesn't actually stop because it's an express. And then it goes through what I have now called the Guisborough interchange. There's lots of crossing of tracks here. And if I just put the tracks back on, so it actually joins the up track, the north track, all the way up to Banbury. And again, Banbury, it has a separate platform for arrivals and departure. Coming back down south, it does have its own separate line of track, just to keep it separate from the loop, past Guisborough, and then it just joins back onto the Southern Loop track, apart from that little curvy bit you saw around Teignmouth. It's not going to make money though. These trains are expensive to buy and very expensive to run. 885k a year, and I've actually played the game forward with this arrangement for a few years, and I think I get at best a dozen passengers on it per train, which is going to make me no money at all, which is okay. I'm happy with a sort of a luxurious Pullman kind of experience for my citizens, because the ordinary electric trains are earning me nice sums of money. 1.83 million already on one of the Southern Loops, which is fine. Anyway, on to what we're doing today. Today I'm going to stay with steam for a while, and I want to bring back cargo. Oh yes. You may recall in the earlier episodes I had trains taking cargo and I failed miserably to make any money, and I did a beaching and axed all the lines from there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this sawmill here and the lumber mill there eventually, but I'm just going to take goods for this episode. I think that's all we'll have time for, and get the goods delivered by train to Guisborough. There's currently a road route for that, and also up to Banbury. I really want to sort of start Banbury developing. It's not a very big town at the moment, but if we can push development there as well, then we should start seeing passengers both on the loop and perhaps even on the express. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Shall we stop the game from... No, we'll let the game carry on actually for a moment. Now what we want to do... Again, I've tried a couple of scenarios like this, and initially the game wanted me to have some thundering great bridge across these tracks. That ain't going to happen. It's expensive, and I decided I don't want the goods trains to have all these sort of high-level tracks, to have that sort of dominance of the landscape. So they're going to take a tunnel route. But as you can see, it's quite a tight curve into Gisborough there. And I'm going to have to go. That might be back far enough, so I'm going to leave the station there. I'm not going to replace that, so we'll take it under the current interchange and into the sawmill. We'll stay with the high-speed track. I'm not going to worry about electrics for the moment. Come the future, we will probably replace steam with diesel rather than electric, to be honest. So, okay, so we want to actually take that down underground. Okay, that's 75. I've got the high-speed track. Oh, I move it too close. It insists on wanting to snap. I don't want to go too far underground. Well, that should be okay, I think. Yep, we'll do that. Okay. Then which one? I'm on the track there, so that's going to join there, which looks like an awfully long bit of tunnel. Can I limit that a bit? Or can I bring that up sooner? It doesn't really want to, does it? No, it looks like that's going to be it. It's going to be quite a long tunnel. So if I made that... No. Well, it's not terribly expensive, to be honest, is it? And just to make sure that... Oh, it's not joined up. Join that up. Okay. We'll take that. I don't think we're going to have trains... more than one train on there for quite some time, to be honest, because it's a very short route, certainly in train terms. And I don't think there's a great demand for goods at the moment, and hopefully we can sort of improve that, increase on that. Okay, so we want to cross over here as we normally have at the stations. That'll do. Yeah, let's do 50. There we go. And some lights. Again, perhaps a bit redundant when we've only got one train, but designing the tracks, we might as well get it right first time. You never know. We might suddenly realise we have... I'm going to stick that. We might see, hopefully we'll see why I'm putting a lamp there as we go forward. Right, now this old track needs upgrading from slow to fast, and we've got a crossover here already. Oops, catch it, there you go.
Oh yeah!
Oh, year end already. The new bus. I don't think we'll need that one, but I'm not focusing on road at the moment. Let me just hold on here. What lights do we have? Yeah, I'm not sure my placing of lights was terribly clever to start with at the beginning of the game, so I think I'll start again. Again, I'm following the English road tradition. driving out on the left. There we go. Which I think is at odds with the... Well, actually that signal's okay. That's definitely okay. And that one... Yeah, actually I think those old signals are in the right place. And what's that one there? As is that one? Actually no, it's not. I don't think. Oh, we'll see that when we put the route in a moment. Oh, but that's it, give me a light. Oh, we've got lights down. Oh, blimey, that's quite... Yeah, I think those are okay again. Right, okay, let's put this route in. So the route, well, what colour should we use? Use blue. That's bright blue. And this will be the Gisborough. These goods are coming from the sawmill to... I can't type straight. From the sawmill to Gisborough. So we will use here a vaguely standard naming system that I've adopted. So you're going... Where's Gisborough? There you are. So we're going from there. Actually, I might want to change the names of these stations as well. Is that behaving? It certainly is. Nice dual track use. Excellent. Right, now that's one route, and the other route we want... Oh my goodness! I didn't expect it to make that many passengers this early in the game. 12 passengers going from Banbury to Fakenham. Oh, actually, that's actually quite impressive. Where are you in the journey? Oh, you're actually... Yep, you're down there. Wow. Okay, well, these might actually not be losing the millions of... No, I'll keep him in view. Am I still on that station? You're not a station, you're a train. There we go. Just keep you in view, just because I like to do that. Alright, now, what I want to do with the Banbury route is have it move up this side of the track to the goods station there. And what I want to do, I think, here... Again, I think it's going to be too tight to take it off this tunnel. I don't really want another tunnel coming out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate this goods train from the sawmill across the interchange here to join a new separate goods line going up the left there. And I think I need... I don't think I've got... No. I haven't got a switch from this right-handmost track to the second track in, so we need that to start with. Where's my signal? Where's my light? There you go. Oh, you're not going to be very fast, are you? How far can I draw that down? Okay, we take that there. So what we've got, if we join the track there, can we join any earlier? If we do, we'll probably lose a lot of... Well, that's the earliest I can... Ooh, yeah, that does slow down a lot. 50? Then what I'll do is we'll bring it back into this, on these tracks here, so that it will share the same track as the Gisborough train, which should be fine. There's not going to be too many of them, and the Banbury one does have a much more of a distance, so hopefully there won't be too much of a clash. Right, if I accept that for the time being, so where do we want to take this one off? Again, the question here is, we've got this slope. Is that going to cause me problems? It might do. put that in there. So I'm going to want those two to join up to snap, really, because I don't want to. It'd be just ugly having them sort of that distance apart all the way along. I want them to snap, but yeah, I think. What if I join that one? Just a bit further down. That way it's a bit flatter, isn't it? Which makes it easier, I think. So I could have them both coming in on that line, which might be an answer. Is that... Actually, I think I might do that. Yeah, so what we'll do is we will have these. They'll join the Gisborough track. I'll join it and get off it at that same intersection, so that's fine. So it'll go up there and get on, and it'll come down on this same piece of track and cut across on the down line. Right, so and we're going to do the same left side as well. I'm going to double track this somewhere along and we'll decide where. Oh, don't give me that. Too bad, not a good enough angle on the road. What's a good angle? Is that just too straight? What if I do that? 30? No, absolutely not. No, that is not on. Let me just delete a little bit of this road. I'm going to have to... you can't put road onto tracks, can you, in this game? That's a bit annoying. If you've been watching the Transport Fever, which is the sequel to this, the sequel to this game coming out late in the year, they've improved the laying of both track and roads significantly from what we've seen from the developers' blogs, and you can lay roads on tracks and tracks on roads, and you go look it up. Go look for Transport Fever. It is going to be an awesome game by the look of it. They've made so many incredible improvements to it. It really does look like the bee's knees. That's going to have to be a bridge, isn't it? That's a bit OTT, I think. That's not too bad, actually. Not too much of a slope. But let's make sure I can get the track through there first. Otherwise it's going to be very disappointing if I have to take it down again. Right, so we're going to double track this just a little bit. Come on, let me double track you. That's it. That's better. And then when can we... No, well, that's not too bad at all. Actually, I can probably bring that a bit closer. 69? That's ridiculous. Are you snapping? I'm not sure you are. Let's see. Yep, that's fine and dandy. Right. So, what signals do we want here? We want a signal on the down, and we want a signal. We'll want a signal. There's a risk, there's a gap there, or rather the gap there isn't terribly large, so they could interfere with each other, they could get stuck on that. Well, we'll see how that pans out. I can always relay it, can't I? Of course I can, no worries. We've actually got a signal now let's replace all these signals. So I had thought these were okay, but I've decided I don't want them. We'll go for the modern ones instead. There we go. And we'll need one on you. There we go. I think that makes sense. I'm never entirely confident about my signalling. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, so on this we're going to need this is actually the down line here. We've got a signal on that which will stop the train coming down if there's a train coming up from there. A crossover, that's fine. And on this, which is the up line, we could do the signal there, I think. And on here, signal to stop it entering that junction if there's something coming down. And again, once it's past there, got a signal to make sure that tells it all the junction is totally clear. Splendid. Right, so we can come in on here, cut across the track 2 there, cut across to 3rd track, and a little bit up there we can cut across the 4th. So up here somewhere we need, get the tracks back, and we need from here to cut out into our separate bus line. Again, are we going to make this a single point of entry exit or double? Good question. Let's see, I mean that's a bit slow, isn't it? $50, okay, we'll take that. Oh, right, we can do that. Signal in the way. Signal in the way. Okay, we can get rid of that signal, I think. Let's move it back a few meters, or yards if you prefer. Right, and then we'll bring those 2 tracks together in a jiffy. Right, so that needs to be there. Now this is going to be the down track, isn't it? And this one's going to be the up. So we'll put signal there. Okay. Draw you out. And we'll bring you 2 together. Snapped. Like beautiful. It's a bit kinky. It's going to be a bit slow, I think, but hey ho. Right, now where we're going is Banbury up here. We did have a station, you may recall, which was fed by the oil refinery, and basically that lost me millions. Coming from here, it's going to be a very tight turn getting into that, so what I want to do is move this station out that way a bit. And these roads are going to get in my way, I reckon. And that probably. I wonder if the council notices how much of their valued infrastructure that I'm just recklessly destroying. I'm going for a 2, that should be okay, I think. Right, there's a bend there. See if I can avoid deleting that bit of road as well. Yeah, that should give me space. I need to get round that bend. Okay, I'm going to join that back up. Before I forget. There you go. Right, there's a cargo station, isn't it? Yes. I've made that mistake in the past. Oops. Right. Track. We don't want that to snap. If I hold shift, will that let me? Oh, I think it will. Okay, let's take that there. We don't want that. Okay. I'm going to want to bring it underneath this. I could delete this aqueduct bridge, rail bridge thing here, but I'll leave it as a sort of historical element. The history of the game, the history of the railroads in this part of the world. Right, so I've got me 2 tracks under there. Let's get them joined up. So you are the down track. You're not terribly fast there, are you? But hey, trains can't go any faster than 75 at the moment anyway, I think. The wagons they've got. So we'll live with that. There we go. Okay, a little bit of a crossover in here. Now this route may well at some point require 2 trains. It's a little bit, it's quite a long route, and if it really works to deliver goods to Banbury, it depends how long it takes, really, doesn't it? Why is that? Why does that not want to cross the road? What's the problem there? It could do it there. No, there's a collision. There must be some terrain level thing going on there which is upsetting it. Well, the simple thing is to get rid of the road. Sorry guys, is that going anywhere anyway? No, it was the old oil refinery. Yeah, nobody goes there anymore. Well, they can't, can they? Since someone went and deleted all the roads. Okay, we won't have those snap together. So where's this going? That's going all the way down there. Past that. Oh no, we don't want a thundering great bridge. Dear me, no. How much would that cost? Actually, it's not that expensive, really, against the earthworks, but I don't want a bridge there. It all looks silly. Okay, and can we bring you around to there? Ooh, it's a nasty cut in the landscape. I think you need to go on that side. Whoops. There we go. Should check that I've got my tracks. Yep, got my tracks lined up right. Don't want to make that mistake. That could be quite embarrassing. Okay, and why is there a? I'm not sure why there's a gap in there. Yeah, why is there a gap in there? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that at all. Well, it's not really important, is it, I suppose, to be honest. Well, snapped there. Which is odd. Very, very odd. Okay, let me just draw this out. And that's it. That That's our new rail link. So it's going to cross over this rather busy piece of track here now, which serves both the clockwise and anti-clockwise loops, which don't actually need to cross over, so they're entirely separate. But it also serves the express, which does do a bit of crossing over, and then we've also got a goods train meandering its way across there as well. So that's going to be interesting. I think I've got the signals right, but we will find out, I'm sure. Right, so let's get this route set up, and this will be Woodgoods to Banbury. And we don't want that colour. Green? I don't think we've got a green rail route yet, have we? Not that sort of green anyway. That'll do nicely. So you can go from there to Banbury, and it's double tracked, excellent, excellent. It's meandering and double tracking back onto the main Gisborough line there. Just check my other routes that my signalling hasn't upset those. So we've got the up and the down, the clockwise and anti-clockwise. We've got the express. Oh, I'm liking that. It works. That's a relief. Sometimes I've had this in the past where you just change one signal and the whole thing goes to pot. Now what I'm going to do on here, I'll just do this now, and then I think we will call it a day. We're running into the end of the time I like to spend on these videos. I think this is a modded train. I'm sure it is. It's written all in German here, so that's coming from a German modder. They're not bad trains. They only travel 62 miles an hour, but they are relatively inexpensive to run compared to this main electric that I've got. They're more expensive to buy. But let's have steam on there for the moment. I think for the longer route I will actually replace that. A diesel I think is coming on stream in the next few years. So I'll probably replace the Banbury route with a faster diesel if that becomes available. But I think for now we'll use this modded train. The only difference between these two is that one of them has a red. Is it a drive? I'm not sure. There's something red around the wheels anyway. I'm afraid. Yeah, my absolute ignorance of rail terminology, I'm afraid. Do excuse me. Right, we'll use the red one, shall we? And I need to make sure when I do this, which is a mistake I made earlier, when I first tried this route up, I set it just to take wood from the sawmill to the towns, and I realised after 4 years why it wasn't making any money. Because you need to send it goods in goods wagons. Again, I think these are modded trailers, and as usual, I'll put the mod links into the descriptions if you want to sort of follow them through. How many of these should we have? Let's take, I think 4 for Gisborough should be plenty actually. So you'll be the Gisborough Woodgoods. And the same train, red one. We'll use a different wagon. We'll use the blue one, shall we, for Banbury? Make sure it's goods. No, you actually need to buy the locomotive as well, otherwise it doesn't go very fast. There we go. Again, I think I might. You see what I mean? I'm an idiot. I can't remember where I discovered this, a neat little trick which I hadn't realised before. It was only when I was making these videos. Only today, well only in the last couple of weeks, realised you could change the content, as it were, by clicking here on the icons in the depot. So it saves such amount of money and heartache. Right, we'll buy that, and you, sir, can go on the Banbury route. I think I'll put another one on there as well once this gets going. Right, so let's see them take off. when compared to the Mallard, the A4, this train has remarkably black smoke. But actually, excuse me, both black smoke and white steam coming out. It's an interesting combination. I imagine there is probably a... Oh, now the other thing I need to do here is there is actually a road route, as I mentioned before, taking goods to Guisborough, and we'll get rid of that. Okay, so all the goods to Guisborough go by rail, and there's a similar route in Banbury actually. It goes from a different goods supply. I think it's another sawmill, isn't it? So we'll take that out. Now it's quite possible, because that sawmill there isn't terribly far from Banbury, the AI may supply the route, the goods anyway. But hopefully our train will have a reasonably good turnaround time to take the goods there. Just check our cargo. Ah, excellent. So we've got that's going down to Tamworth, which is only a few miles down the road, so I'm not worried about training that up, as it were. These goods are going to the station. That's splendid. So how long is it? That's 8 minutes. Oh, you see, you see the express over 2.5 million loss already. Yeah, well, it's moving passengers, and now I'm putting goods in there as well. Hopefully, that will generate income, if not directly on those routes, then on allied and associated routes. Right, is this? Ooh, the signal's working. That train going into Guisborough. And he's meandering across. Beautiful. I think I will stick another train on that, but I'll do that in a moment, offline as it were. But I think that's it. It's going to be interesting to see how these new goods routes pan out. If we do get to supply profitable goods to, particularly to Banbury, I think. I'm hoping for that. Which will then boost development in both these towns, in fact. And then we can move on forward. In the next episode, I may do it on video, or I may do it separately, sort of off camera as it were. Get that trained up as well, and get the lumber taken down by train. But after that, we're going to need to look at extending into the north side of the river, which is going to be fun. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this little excursion into track laying. And, oh, you're an electric train, I'm not worried about you. It's all about the steam today. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you have, do leave us a like and leave a comment if you've got any ideas, suggestions or corrections to my design strategy here. And if you haven't done so already, of course, please do subscribe so you can keep in touch with the videos that I'm uploading on roughly a weekly basis. So from me, Ajax Post, until next time, bye bye for now.